Welcome back to another session of econometric methods. In this session, we will discuss about the estimation of simple linear demand model. Demand function is the relationship between quantity demanded and price of that commodity. The data in the given example contains the demand schedule of a commodity. Using these details, let us estimate the demand function. Let us now consider an example of a demand function and let us try to estimate the demand function. So, here the demand function is y equal to alpha plus beta x plus u, where y is the quantity demanded of a commodity, x is the price and u is the random error term. Here again the estimation involves estimating alpha hat, beta hat, finding standard error of alpha hat, standard error of beta hat, r square, f and t values. So, in the given example, y is the quantity demanded and x is the price, and there are around 6 data given 8, 3, 4, 7, 8, 0 and the price correspondingly are given as 2, 4, 3, 1, 3, 5. For computation, we change these rows into columns. So, the first column y is the quantity demanded and the second column is x, the price. So, let us start the calculation of the other estimates. First, calculate the sum total of all y values. Here the total value of all capital Y data is 30. Similarly, total up all x values and the total value here is 18. So, after summing up, this total is used to find the average or mean of y, which is nothing but y bar equal to sigma y by n. Here sigma y is 30 and n, that is the number of data, 6. So, 30 by 6 gives you 5. So, 5 is the mean or average of y. In the same way, we can find the mean or average of x. X bar is equal to sigma x by n. Sigma x is the total of x values 18. So, 18 by the number of sample or data 6 gives you 3 as the mean of x. The next column that we have to compute is the deviation small y, which is equal to y minus y bar. As we have already computed y bar, the value here is 5. So, the next step that we have got to do is subtract the given capital Y and the calculated mean. The next that we are going to compute is the deviation from the mean small y, which is equal to y minus y bar. As we have already computed y bar as 5, we use it for calculating deviation y. So, the first value is 8 minus 5, 3, next 3 minus 5 minus 2, 4 minus 5 minus 1, 7 minus 5 is 2, 8 minus 5 3 and 0 minus 5 gives us minus 5. In the same mode, we go with the deviation of x from mean, which is x is equal to x minus x bar. The value of x bar calculated is 3. So, we take up the x value 2 subtracted by 3. So, 2 minus 3 gives us minus 1, 4 minus 3 gives us 1, 3 minus 3 is 0, 1 minus 3 minus 2, 3 minus 3 again 0 and 5 minus 3 is 2. The fifth column is the multiplied deviation form of x and y. So, here minus 1 into 3 gives us minus 3, minus 2 into 1 is minus 2, minus 1 into 0 gives 0, 2 into minus 2 is minus 4, 3 into 0 is 0, and lastly you have minus 5 into 2 giving minus 10. We have to total up all these values together and get sigma xy, small xy, and here it is minus 19. Let us get to the next column. It is small x square. So, here we take up the value x and square it up. So, remember this is small x. So, minus 1 into minus 1 gives us 1, 1 into 1 is 1, 0 into 0 0, minus 2 into minus 2 4, 0 into 0 0, and 2 into 2 is 4. Sum it up all and the total is 10. The next value to be computed is small y square. So, switch on to the third column where you have that value 3. So, 3 into 3 gives 9, minus 2 into minus 2 gives 4, minus 1 into minus 1 1, 2 into 2 is 4, 3 into 3 9, minus 5 into minus 5 25. Add up all these values to get the total 52. The last column to be computed is capital X square. Come to the second column denoting capital X for the computation. So, here the first value is 2. 2 into 2 gives us 4, 4 into 4 16, 3 into 3 9, 1 into 1 1, 3 into 3 9, 5 into 5 25, and the total sum of all these values is 64. So, keep these values safe for the next estimation process. Now, the table values summarize like this. So, summation of small x y is minus 19, summation of square of small x column is 10, summation of square of small y column 52, and the summation of capital X square column is 64. Using these estimates, we are going to find the estimates and the coefficients. As we already know, beta hat is equal to sigma small x y by sigma x square. Substitute minus 19 for sigma small x y and 10 for sigma small x square. Minus 19 by 10 gives you minus 1.9. So, here in this case the value of beta hat is minus 1.9. The next coefficient is alpha hat. Alpha hat is equal to y bar minus beta hat x bar. Y bar is 5, beta hat is minus 1.9 and x bar is 3. So, on multiplying minus 1.9 and 3 we get 5.7. Adding up 5 plus 5.7, because minus and minus becomes plus, you get the answer 10.7. The next calculation is the variance of the error term sigma hat square, which is equal to sigma e square by n minus 2. As you already know, the formula for sigma e square is sigma small y square minus beta hat square sigma small x square, and this whole is divided by n minus 2. In this case, we have sigma y square small y square value 52, beta hat 1.9, so square, and sigma small x square is 10. So, on multiplication of minus 1.9 into 1.9 into 10, you get 36.1, and on subtracting, the numerator is 15.9. The denominator 6 minus 2 gives us 4. So, on dividing 15.9 upon 4 we get 3.975. So, the variance of the error term is 3.975. Let us now calculate the variance of beta hat. Variance of beta hat is equal to sigma hat square by sigma small x square. Substitute 3.975 and the value of sigma small x square. So, 3.975 by 10 gives us 0.3975. So, this is the variance of beta hat. With the help of variance of beta hat, we can find the standard error of beta hat, which is nothing but the root of 0.3975, that is the variance of beta hat. Though here the answer is 0.63. So, variance of beta hat is 0.63. Now, let us come to calculate the variance of alpha hat, which is variance of beta hat into sigma capital X square by n. The variance of beta hat value is 0.93975 and it is multiplied with sigma capital X square value 64 divided by n value 6. The answer that you derive is 4.24. The standard error of alpha hat is computed as root 4.24, which is 2.06. So, we get variance of alpha hat as 2.06. Next, let us calculate R square. R square is beta hat square sigma small x square by sigma small y square. We already know that beta hat is minus 1.9, sigma x square is 10 and sigma small y square 52. So, substitute it, multiply, you get 36.1 by 52 and the answer is 0.694. So, in this case we have R square value 0.694. The next calculation is F statistics, which is calculated as sigma y square small y square by k minus 1 by sigma e square by n minus k. Sigma small y square is 52, k in this case is 2, sigma e square by n minus k is nothing but the variance of the error term, which I have already seen, 3.975. We substitute it here and get the answer 52 by 3.975 is equal to 13.08. So, the computed F statistics is 13.08. Now, let us compute T statistics for beta hat. T statistics for beta hat is nothing but beta hat by standard error of beta hat. In this case, beta hat value is minus 1.9 and standard error of beta hat is 0.63. So, when we divide 1.9 by 0.63, we get the answer 3.02. Friends, please note we should take only the absolute value here. The T statistics for alpha hat is computed as alpha hat by standard error of alpha hat. Alpha hat is 10.7 and standard error of alpha hat is 2.06. When we divide 10.7 by 2.06, we get the answer 5.19. So, the T statistics for alpha hat is 5.19. Let us now go with the reporting of the estimates. So, here we have got the demand function y hat is equal to 10.7 minus 1.9x. 10.7 is alpha hat, minus 1.9 is beta hat. The standard error for alpha hat is 2.06 and for beta hat it is 0.63. The T values for alpha hat is 5.19 and for beta hat it is 3.02. On the right side, we denote the F statistics at 1,4 degrees of freedom that we have computed 13.08. Similarly, the R square value for this case is 0.694. The critical value of f and t is given here. F at 1,4 degrees of freedom at 5% level of significance is equal to 7.71. T with 4 degrees of freedom at 5% level of significance is equal to 2.776. These values are obtained from the statistical tables that we have already discussed in previous sessions. Now, let us interpret this model. The model is significantly different from the null model, since the calculated f, that is 13.08, is greater than the table f 7.71. The R square value 0.694 implies that 69.4% of the variation in y is explained by the model. Beta hat is significant because the calculated t value 3.02 is greater than the table t value 2.776. The negative value of beta hat implies an inverse relationship between quantity demanded and price. Beta hat is the measure of decrease in quantity demanded. On an average, the demand of the commodity drops by 1.9 units for an increase of 1 rupee in price of the commodity. In this session, we have estimated, reported and interpreted the demand function for a commodity. Hope you have enjoyed the illustrated examples. Many tasks based on the illustrations given in the last few sessions will be helpful in completing assignments and quizzes, which may enable you to have hands-on experience on the simple linear regression models. Thank you.